What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. We're going to jump right into this. See this woman up here? Okay. Her name is Tara Carr. She's 46 years old. Deptford Township, New Jersey. Shout out Dirty Jersey. You heard me. You know what I'm saying? This woman right here is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old boy in a 3-month tryst that happened last year. I think it was between March, April, and May. But they'll tell you in this video. I forgot. Anyway, we've been doing a rash of videos about slimeball people doing inappropriate things with children. And this woman right here is no different. Some of the stuff they're going to tell you that she did is unexplainable and it's unacceptable. I talk a lot of stuff about, videos I do. A lot of them contain men, but the same applies for women, that they need to be taken outside and have hamburger helper blown out the back of their head. This woman right here, Tara Carr, is no exception. Even though this boy was a teenager, the damage psychologically that these people are doing when they're touching these kids is irreversible. And I'll explain that in a second. But anyway, take a look at the story and we're going to come back and talk about it as always.
Yeah, well, Johnny Tracy, according to court documents, 46-year-old Tara Carr allegedly drove a teenager to this park here in Piles Grove several times and sexually assaulted him. Now she's facing several charges. Investigators claim Marlton Park in Piles Grove is where multiple assaults took place, along with another incident in Manningham Township. Police documents allege that the 46-year-old picked the boy up from school, drove him to the park, and had sexual contact with him. Police only refer to the boy as younger than 16 years old. The assaults happening between March and May of last year, and police say Carr used social media platforms like Snapchat to communicate with the minor and also send him lewd pictures. Police say during an interview with the boy and his parents, he told them he had a sexual relationship with Carr, and the 46-year-old has ties to several businesses in the Deptford area, including the Restelli Kids Complex and South Jersey Storm Cheer. During a phone conversation, a family spokesperson told me Carr was involved with the management and did not interact with children involved with those businesses, and has since relinquished her involvement. The family spokesperson said the teenager was not involved with either business. Now, Carr was arrested last week. She's expected in court on Wednesday for a detention hearing. Now, I did reach out to the New Jersey State Police Department to see if they're looking for more victims. They have not gotten back to me at this time, and the county prosecutor's office did not answer any questions relating to this case. Here in Piles Grove, Yukari Nakayama, NBC 10 News.
Case of allegations involving sex assault against a minor. A former South Jersey camp owner now facing several charges in this case.
Police say 46-year-old Tara Carr assaulted a teen over the course of multiple months. As you might imagine, the community's outraged. New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman is live in Deptford Township with the details. Trish.
Sarah Bryan, Tara Carr is charged with sexual assault, luring or enticing a child, and endangering. Authorities say she was 31 years older than the victim in this case. Detectives say the assaults happened over a period of several months last year.
It's upsetting. Wow.
Shocking charges against a South Jersey woman who was involved with a popular kids camp.
It's just kind of crazy to believe that someone would ever do that.
46-year-old Tara Carr, a former part owner of Restelli Kids Complex in Deptford Township, is charged with having sexual contact with a 14-year-old in Salem County over the course of several months. According to court documents, police were notified in May of 2024. Many of the encounters, according to detectives, happened in a vehicle in Marlton Park in Piles Grove, New Jersey. Police also say Carr would send the victim nude pictures and videos through Snapchat. Carr is a former part owner of the Restelli Kids Complex in Deptford Township and a former director of Camp Sam, a popular summer program for kids at RKC. A spokesperson for the complex says the victim is not related to the camp or the facility and calls the situation unfortunate and horrifying. The spokesperson said Carr relinquished all roles at RKC sometime last year. The facility also hosts the South Jersey Storm, a well-known cheerleading program. Over the weekend, this message was sent out to cheer families, part of which says, quote, while Tara was previously an owner of RKC, she has never had any involvement in the operations or coaching of any SJS cheer programs or teams, and she will continue to not have any role with SJS. Folks we spoke with about the allegations were disheartened.
It kind of makes you lose faith in the community, like where to send your kids to sports, and you hear all kinds of things like this of coaches and teachers, and it's scary.
And we did reach out to Carr's attorney today. So far, we have not heard back. She is in jail in Salem County. She is scheduled to have a detention hearing on Wednesday morning. We're live in Deptford Township. Trish Hartman, Channel 6 Action News.
That's the story of this piece of shit woman, Tara Carr, 46 years old, messing with a boy. She's 2 years older. Then said the boy was around 14, well, under 14, so he's 13. What do you think about that? You know, and I'm gonna try to make this as clean cut as I can and without making it, you know, getting in trouble on YouTube. But this is, fellas will tell you this. I can only talk about my experience sexually as a teenager from a male perspective. So I can't speak for a female. But I will tell you this. When you have sex for the first time, when you get exposed to a lot of things that at your age you shouldn't even be exposed to, like nudity, vulgar language from an adult, that changes your whole perception. And once you have sex, it changes your whole perception of women and life, period. Guys, would you agree or disagree? Soon as I had sex when I was 16 years old, you know what I'm saying, I came home and started acting a fool that same night. Why? Because my grandmother and grandfather that was in the house, I saw my grandmother differently, not from a sexual nature, but from a nature of submissiveness, like a woman, you know, like would be submissive to a man, meaning I'm a man now. So in my mind, you know what I'm saying, I'm the shit. And a lot of other kids do that. You'll see changes in your children when they start having sexual relationships, especially at a young age. That messes up the psyche of people. Here this woman is 46 fucking years old and she picked a teenage boy like fruit for her own personal sexual pleasure. That's wrong. Then taking him to the park, doing stuff on Snapchat because you know those messages don't get saved. They erase over time. Doing lewd, lascivious acts with a kid. She no different than anybody else out here touching kids. Now she doing a little bit well for herself, worked around kids, so she had exposure. I don't know where she met this young man from, but the damage she done, even though she might just looked at it as I was just getting my sexual shit off, then messed him up. What if now he's turned out? And I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm gonna show you something how stupid these people are that do this, these grown-ups, and how they think like the age of the people that they touch. Teenagers do shit and then you go back and ask them why they did it. They don't think past the action or the outcome of what can come back to them. Same with her. You taking this boy to a park in your own vehicle, letting him dig you out and all kind of stuff. Like you some $5 hoe in a park. And all of a sudden, you ain't think that was gonna get back? Man, how many young boys you know out here gonna keep their mouth shut when they got an older woman giving them ass? Come on, they never think, Dumbasses, they never think. All these people out here in the world, and you pick a kid to fuck. And I mean, it sounds vulgar, but it is what it is. Let's be honest here. And a lot of people might say, oh man, that boy, man, he probably was loving it. He probably was. Because it's attention that he didn't need, and he was exposed to something that could mess him up. Seriously, it could mess him up. What if he now, because he knows a woman, sex is about submission. Now, what if he don't want young girls no more? He want older girls. What if he one of them dudes that sexually turned out because she was existing, you know, submitting to this guy as an adult, freaky fantasy, all that type of shit. And I'm just being honest with you. What if now all he do is go out here and want to chase women or feel as though, you know, he the man and it mess him up with his schoolwork? Anything can happen. And I'm just being hypothetical about it. I'm not trying to be vulgar, but I mean, this is the reality of people and the damage they can do to kids. It's not right. She could have got a man, but you chose to target a child. See, a lot of times these predators, they'll see a child, now look at him like, oh, well, when he or she gets older, they're going to be real, attractive and all this other stuff. We've seen that before. How many times you seen chicks say, oh, that's a pretty boy, little boy. He going to be a heartbreaker. Or in the hood, you hear this stupid shit. Ooh, that's my boyfriend. He'd be a little ass boy. Hey, boyfriend, a grown ass. They think that shit cute. That shit not cute. That fucking fuck with the psyche of a boy. And you know he was running around, running his mouth. Because I don't know nobody gonna keep their mouth shut knowing that they getting some trim from a grown ass woman. I'm sure he got friends and they knew about it. But either way, man, this whole thing is messed up. And people like this got to go. Miss Carr included. Get the fuck out of here. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is a goddamn shame. See you in the next video. Take care.